Azerbaijani army conducts drills amid escalation on the front line, which ended in the death of 5 Armenian saboteurs. Deputy head of Azerbaijan's presidential administration, Novruz Mammadov, says the crisis in Syria has a strong impact on Turkey and welcomes the decision of the Turkish government to join the fight against Islamic State group. 7th International Music Festival starts in Gabala. 2018 FIFA World Cup preliminary draw kicks off in Russia's St. Petersburg. The Azerbaijani team is in Group C. Serviceman of the Azerbaijani Armed Forces, Eldar Fataliyev, who fell in fighting with Armenian forces, has been conferred posthumously with the 3rd-degree medal, according to an order of Defense Minister Colonel General Zakir Hasanov. Throughout the day and on the night of July 24, units of the Armenian armed forces attempted to stage provocations by intensively shooting at the positions of the Azerbaijani forces from various weapons in the frontline areas in the Goranboy, Terter, Agdam and Fizuli districts, as well as in the area of the Gadabay district of the Azerbaijan-Armenia border. In all cases, the enemy was silenced by retaliatory fire and forced to retreat with at least 5 casualties, and its movements were decisively thwarted. Eldar Fataliyev, a long-serving Azerbaijani soldier, fell in fighting while thwarting the assault. The hostile attempts by the Armenian forces necessitated extra vigilance of the Azerbaijani armed forces. In accordance with Defense Minister Colonel General Zakir Hasanov's order, air defense troops were promptly placed on alert and their combat readiness was examined. The drills were conducted with the use of planes, helicopters, as well as missile launchers designated for destroying ballistic and other missiles and other types of weaponry. During the exercises, imitators of hostile air targets were tracked and immediately destroyed with actual missile launches. The outlined tasks and objectives were successfully fulfilled, and the combat readiness and skills of the personnel were highly assessed by Defense Ministry officials.
Turkey borders with Syria, therefore, in any case, the crisis in Syria has a strong influence on Turkey, said Novruz Mammadov, the deputy head of the Azerbaijani presidential administration, chief of the administration's foreign relations department. Mammadov said the decision of the government and the president of Turkey to join the fight against the terrorist organization Islamic State was absolutely right, because all this was negatively affecting the security, stability and other processes in Turkey. Turkey could have taken this decision before, but now it's also not too late, said Mammadov. He said it came down to that a Turkish officer was killed in the border zone. The White House said that it welcomed Turkey's increased focus and efforts to fight Islamic State and called the Kurdish militant PKK in Turkey a terrorist organization. White House spokesman Ben Rhodes, on an official visit to Kenya with President Barack Obama, told a news conference in Nairobi.
We welcome Turkey's increased focus and accelerated efforts against ISIL. We are certainly mindful of the fact that we encourage our different partners in this fight to work together. At the same time, the U.S., of course, recognizes the PKK specifically as a terrorist organization. So, again, Turkey has a right to take action related to terrorist targets, and we certainly, again, appreciate their interest in accelerating efforts against ISIL.
Kurdish militants killed 2 Turkish soldiers in a roadside bombing on Sunday, the military said, apparently retaliating for Ankara's crackdown on the Kurdistan Workers' Party, launched in tandem with strikes on Islamic State insurgents in Syria, long a reluctant member of the United States-led coalition against Islamic State. Turkey made a dramatic turnaround this week by granting the alliance access to its air bases and launching air raids against both the jihadist movement and the PKK. But the relapse into serious conflict between Turkey and the PKK has raised doubts about the future of NATO member Turkey's peace process with Kurdish foes that started in 2012, after 28 years of bloodshed, but has recently stalled. The PKK, which Ankara and Washington deem a terrorist group, has also targeted police officers in the southeast and elsewhere, accusing the Islamist-rooted central government of covertly helping Islamist State to the detriment of Syrian Kurds. The outlawed PKK has waged an insurgency against Ankara for Kurdish autonomy since 1984. Opposition politicians and critics accuse President Tayyip Erdogan of taking up the campaign against Islamic State as political cover to clamp down on Kurds. Armenia, doomed to failure as a result of its government's incompetent domestic and foreign policy, has recently been called one of the worst European countries for British tourists. Recent research carried out in the UK and published by The Telegraph shows that Armenia's ninth place on the list of the worst European countries for tourist scams. In each of the listed countries, 4.4% of British holidaymakers who visited the country last year became victims of misdemeanors from pickpockets or being ripped off by taxi drivers. The scams surveyed included pickpocketing, paying hidden tourist taxes upon arrival at hotels, excess costs for rental cars, pushy street vendors, overcharging taxi drivers and street crime, including burglary. Armenia, which is grappling with paralyzed economy, sees the tourism sector as a remedy to its broken economy. This sector is very important for the resource-poor Armenia, a country landlocked in the region because of its aggressive behavior towards its neighbors. Due to an unattractive tourism atmosphere, Armenia hardly gets the thumbs up from travelers, as many have complained of robbery and high taxi prices. But thieves and taxi drivers are not guilty, as poverty leads them into crime. Armenia's economy has dramatically deteriorated over the past several years, and economic indicators are worsening day by day. The unemployment rate among Armenia's 2.9 million population increased by 1.4 percentage points, reaching 17.6% in 2014. The share of the poor represents 32% of the country's overall population. Official data shows that there are people in the country whose monthly revenue does not even reach $20. Poverty in Armenia seems to remain alongside other unresolved problems that are fueled by its failure to overcome issues associated with its infertile economy and unbalanced state policy.
The 7th International Music Festival has started in Gabala. Since the times of Caucasus, Albania, Azerbaijan, making a contribution to the preservation of the traditions of tolerance, peaceful coexistence of nations and religions, promotion and development of cultural and inter-civilizational dialogue throughout centuries, is considered a place where international music and art festivals, conferences and exhibitions, sporting competitions are held. First Lady of Azerbaijan, President of the Heydar Aliyev Foundation, one of the initiators and organizers of Gabala Festival, Mehriban Aliyeva, said in her message, "The participants note that this festival makes a huge contribution to the development and preservation of both Azerbaijani and world culture." Mehriban Aliyeva noted the importance of the festival for Azerbaijan in the promotion of its cultural values, which are the message of friendship and tolerance for the world community.
A new tradition in the history of the national music culture was established by holding the music festival in Gabala in 2009. This festival, which has become a tradition, serving the expansion of international cultural relations, bringing the truth about our rich music culture to the world community, strengthening mutual understanding and friendship between nations, increases its international authority year on year. Gabala has become a well-known and favored venue of all musicians, viewers, and art lovers. This festival is an important event in the cultural life of the whole South Caucasus.
Azerbaijan has always been distinguished by its musical culture. Gabala Music Festival is of interest not only in Azerbaijan but also beyond its borders. Renowned musicians, art groups, soloists, conductors from Azerbaijan and other countries are taking part in the 7th International Music Festival. This year, the 130th anniversary of great Azerbaijani composer Uzeyir Hacıbeyov is celebrated. Masterpieces of the genius composer will sound within the framework of the festival. The Italian Symphonic Orchestra will perform its masterpieces. The festival will last till July 31st. Currently, the neutralization of solid municipal waste is one of the most important environmental issues that humanity faces. As the population of the planet grows, the volume of municipal waste increases as well. Accumulated waste can cause significant damage, not only to public health, but also to the environment. Fortunately, modern technologies assist people. Thus, municipal waste can be not only neutralized, but also can be used for people's benefit. The problem of municipal waste utilization in Azerbaijan has not lost its relevance for a long time. To solve this problem, two enterprises, one on sorting and the other one on incineration of solid municipal waste, have been constructed in the Balakhane district. The construction of the factories took 3 years. They started operating in 2012. Presently, more than half of all municipal waste collected in the territory of Baku city is recycled there. The whole recycling process starts with the first factory, with sorting. The waste is sent to the receiving section, where the preliminary sorting takes place. After that, the waste is sent through a conveyor. First, a special centrifuge separates stones, pieces of paper and sand. Then metal objects are removed with the help of a tape. Later, through the conveyor, waste is sent to a special room, where it goes through the last sorting stage. There, factory workers in special masks and gloves sort waste according to several categories. Whatever is not suitable for further recycling is sent away. This waste will be delivered to the second factory and burned. The factory on incineration of solid municipal waste is the biggest one in the territory of the Commonwealth of Independent States and Eastern Europe. The enterprise consists of 2 lines and is capable of recycling 500,000 tons of solid municipal waste per year. All the processes at the factory are automated, thus the control of the factory is carried out in one room. The heat that accumulates during the incineration of waste turns into electricity. The factory becomes a reliable source of alternative energy. The capacity of the factory allows to create 230 million kilowatt per hour of energy per year.
Bu 6 il ərzində bir çox uğurlara imza atmışıq. Belə ki, bildiyiniz kimi
We have made high achievements over 6 years. As you know, 2 factories function in Balakhane. The energy generated during the incineration of solid municipal waste turns into electricity. Currently, our factory on the incineration of solid municipal waste is the biggest source of alternative energy, not only in Azerbaijan but also in the whole region. However, first waste is sent to the sorting factory of municipal solid waste. A landfill for the neutralization of waste, which is called Balakhane landfill, is being reconstructed. By the end of 2016, a sanitary landfill meeting all European standards will be operational. A landfill is necessary for waste disposal.
Zavodda tullantılar çeşidlənir və onların tərkibində olan müxtəlif kağızlar, plastik.
Temiz Sheher Union was established in 2008 in accordance with President Ilham Aliyev's decree. The main objective is organizing neutralization and utilization of solid municipal waste in the country. The union implements different campaigns and projects. The Balakhane Industrial Park, where various companies will be engaged in recycling, is one of those projects. All the conditions have been provided in the park for these companies. The main objective is stimulating the development of recycling in the country.
Bilirsiniz ki, Bakı şəhərində bir çox tullantılar ən yaxşı halda Balakhane poligonuna nəql edilirdi. Yəni bir
You know that earlier all waste in Baku was sent to the Balakhane landfill, where it was tossed into a heap. However, after Temiz Sheher was established, the situation changed. Currently, approximately 90% of all waste is sent to recycling or incineration.
mənbəyi olan tullantılar bu günləri artıq xam mal mənbəyi və enerji mənbəyidir.
Sometimes it is possible to find some unexpected objects, including valuable ones, in waste. Some souvenirs found in waste can be a decoration of any collection, but the most valuable finds are coins from all over the world, from ancient to modern ones. A paid practice for 50 students of higher education institutions from Azerbaijan and abroad is being carried out at the refinery named after Heydar Aliyev, which is a full-time job with experienced specialists instead of a regular practice. This year, the team is international, and there are students from Great Britain and Turkey among the young people.
You learn the theory, but practice is totally different. You get another experience. Besides, a student always needs money, and it motivates a lot.
Here we have learned how to use the knowledge which we received at the university. We have seen how certain problems are solved in technical schemes, how equipment is installed. During the practice, the students have significantly grown as professionals and they are becoming specialists. Their managers have major plans for them. The refinery is passing to the new level of development within the framework of the construction of a new facility. Naturally, the enterprise is being renovated, all the facilities are being reconstructed, the equipment which meets all international standards is brought and installed. Taking into account all this, there is a need for the new generation of specialists. Taking into consideration the growing need for professionals, the Azerbaijani students studying abroad have been attracted to the summer practice. New specialties on ecology have been created. This is very good. We are always ready to teach students. The paid practice in the refinery will last for 2 months. However, the students do not intend to complete it. Since fall, they will start visiting the enterprise to use the obtained skills. '18 FIFA World Cup preliminary draw kicks off in Russia's St. Petersburg, Reuters reported. In the European zone, 52 teams were divided into 9 groups, 6 and 5 teams. The Azerbaijani team got in Group C, where its opponents will be San Marino, Norway, Northern Ireland, the Czech Republic and Germany. The qualifying tournament in Europe will take place from 4 September 2016 to 10 October 2017. The FIFA World Cup in Russia takes place from 14 June to 15 July 2018. A 6-day summer European Youth Olympic Festival kicked off with an opening ceremony at the Mikhail Meskhis Stadium in Tbilisi on Sunday evening, marking the launch of the largest sporting event ever hosted by Georgia, Civil.ge reports. Tbilisi won the bid to host the biennial games for 14, 18-year-old athletes in 2010, beating out the Czech city of Brno. Over 3,200 athletes from 50 countries are competing in 9 sports, including artistic gymnastics, athletics, basketball, cycling, handball, judo, swimming, tennis and volleyball. Competitions will be held at 10 venues, 5 of them swimming, pool, gymnastics, volleyball and athletics arenas, as well as tennis courts, are newly built facilities and others have been reconstructed. About GEL 65 million has been spent on this infrastructure, according to the chairman of EYOF Tbilisi 2015 Organizing Committee, Alexei Akhvlediani.